Deep breath. Pop the ping Tim Martin of Wetherspoons fake pub chain. Well, he's been whinging and whining today since Richie Sunak's policy, which he brought in when he was Chancellor of the Exchequer underneath, Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson. Not literally, because that would be a fate of death. No. Well, that was his policy back then. And apparently it was going to make, duties on beer and wine and spirits fairer. Just more expensive. Unless you want to drink Nat's pee. Lovely. Weak stuff. Yeah, you have to go no alcohol though. Yeah, no alcohol beer. That's what you'll do. Well, oh dear. He's saying it's going to cost him an additional £8 million a year. Now, I'm looking in the Independent because I had a load of comments in my previous video regarding these duties. Saying, yeah, obviously didn't read the article in the Independent. Well, I was making reference because Richie Sunak said, yeah, he said it was because of Brexit. Brexit allowed him to have this policy on duties. Yeah, they were saying to me, it's got nothing to do with Brexit. It's got nothing to do with Brexit, they said. Plonkers. Not listening. Well, it's got everything to do with Brexit. Without Brexit, we wouldn't have this charade going on regarding the flicking politicians we've got in. No. We wouldn't have had Alexander Boris de Pfeffel Johnson. We wouldn't have had Liz Truss and Kwasi Kamikaze Kwarteng. And we wouldn't have Richie Sunak as Prime Minister. No. Well, we saw with David Cameron. Not by Giddy Aunt. Don't think about it. No, don't do it. No, think about the pig. The pig. No, David Cameron. Don't. Well, unfortunately for us, it's all going to become more expensive. Now, duty on wines and beers with low alcohol limits. I'm not going to the details because I did the previous video. They will be a little bit cheaper. But those who might like spirits, for instance, or stronger beers and stuff like proper beer, they're going to be hit with bigger costs and quite considerable increases. Well, that will be a bit of a deterrent. People are going to buy less beer, or they'll buy cheaper stuff that's poor quality, for instance, because that's what they can afford. Okay, those with the money, the rich buggers out there, they don't give diddly squat. They'll pay whatever they hand money over like water. They do. It costs about £9 in Central London at the moment to buy a pint. Yeah, have they? Well, the founder and chairman of the Wetherspoons pub, Tim Martin, told the Independent that the change would cost his business an extra £8 million a year, and warned of tax inequality between pubs and supermarkets. Supermarkets have to pay VAT, see, on food and that, and clothes and shoes. Clothes and shoes. Anyway, both probably. Well, pubs have to. But that doesn't really make much difference. Because the stuff that, Tim Martin, Pop the Ping Tim Martin, he buys food in, has to pay the VAT on it because he's a company. He claims it back as a legitimate expense, and he can claim the VAT back as well. You put your claim in, you get your money back. What was he saying? That he expects us to, he expects to get away with the VAT on the profit, or for, or the services from actually getting the food to actually, the actual raw ingredients. In their case, is little vegetables in plastic bags that you put in the microwave. But anyway, buying the vegetables in, and do they have vegetables? Anyway, buying the food in, and then the difference between that and their sale price is VATed, as it stands. Well, that's fair enough. Everyone else has to pay VAT on your profit and the service element of your business. The fact you've got building and stuff like that is irrelevant. It's not an inequality. It's not an inequality. It's a different business model altogether. People are going into supermarkets to buy food. Now, the argument here could be that maybe there should be VAT on processed food, ready meals and stuff like that, because there's a profit margin from the raw ingredient to the actual sale price, or as it gets put onto the supermarket shelf. Maybe that should be VATed. It shouldn't be VAT free. And that way, maybe we'd encourage people to start cooking again. Instead of putting on an oven sheet, all that Teflon, DuPont and that, and PFAs, and We'll just eat more of it. Yeah, beer phase and our sperm will swim straight. We'll become infertile. Yeah, by 2045. You think I'm kidding you? Look it up. Well, he said the compounding factor is that pubs may have to pay 20% VAT in respect on food sales. Like I say, it's at the point from, you've made your orders, getting made or heated in the microwave and stuck on a plate and put in front of you. Well, of course you've got to pay VAT on that bit. And you claim the other VAT back as a legitimate business expense. Now, pubs also pay around 25 pence per pint in business rates, whereas supermarkets pay a fraction of this amount. It's a different business model altogether, Mr. Tim Martin, or can I just call you Ursel? Maybe. Well, oh, there he is. Oh, look, there's Tim Martin. Isn't he lovely? Oh, wouldn't you like to date him? Yeah, you have to get your bear goggles on. Oh, you can't afford them anymore. No. Oh, dear. Well, so the change will see duty rise by 44 pence on a bottle of wine, which when combined with VAT will mean the consumers will pay an extra 53 pence, according to the Wine and Spirit Trade Association. In many cases, it could be £1.50, depends on the alcohol content. So, yeah, I understand why he's annoyed. He feels a little bit, how to put it, like the pub industry has been brushed to one side, which it pretty much has been, to be fair. Pubs have fallen to the wayside, left, right and centre, all failing. He sold, another 80 odd pubs, didn't he, recently? He was selling. 50, yeah. It's a huge amount anyway. He's having to sell because they need cash flow, and they basically send the pubs off, the freeholds, to, make the money. To keep them afloat. Well, he's seen profits now, in the sense he's seen an increase in sales at the moment. But we'll see what pans out with old Wetherspoons. Now, I'm not the kind of person who want to go into Wetherspoons anyway, unless it's for political reasons, to ask the counter staff, the bar staff, where are my crown stamps or my pint glasses, because there ain't any in the Wetherspoons. You tell me if you've seen a pint with a crown stamp on. It's supposed to be a benefit of Brexit. Shaking reasonable to hold us so, just like the 1300-watt flipping vacuum cleaners. Have you all of a sudden been inundated with 2000-watt vacuum cleaners? Oh, it's like they already lift the carpet off the floor. Anyway, that's another story. What do you reckon to this one? Yeah, about, Tim Martin kicking off, getting all upset, hot under the collar, you could say, over the price of beer and the VAT. Yeah, Richie Sunak's latest policy that comes into fruition today. Yeah, you tell me. Leave it in the comments down below, because I do actually read the comments. I can't always respond, but I do actually read them. That's a promise. So, anyway, it's time for me to go. So say ta-ta, so ta-ta. And if you're a sports channel, you do it on Patreon, buy us coffee, and the link's down below. Oh, God, I can't go. Ta-ta. Poor old Tim Martin. Oh, dear.